Have you ever wondered, where do orcs get their pigs?
No.
Yes, every single day since I was a nipper. This fellow here is one of the first models I ever painted, modified, and eventually turned into my very first diorama.
I don't show people that, it's hideous.
As you can see, I was a bit of a child genius where perspective and proportions were concerned. It's been on my desk for well over a decade now. Its time has finally arrived. It needs to be reborn. First of all, we need an orc. And not just any orc. I own these orc files from Cast and Play's Patreon many moons ago. Cast and Play make awesome miniatures and have tons of interesting content on their website. Take a look when you get a minute, but not yet. As for our orc, we need C. That's the kind of crazed pig wrestling posture that we need. Speaking of porkers, we need a pig. A big pig. This pig from 3D Arts Digital.
Look at that monstrosity.
To the printer. 99. 99. 99.
I think it might be broken.
Come on. There we go, finally. I'll take that, thank you. This time I'm trying water washable resin, so no more death fumes for me.
That's a shame.
A thorough rinse. Pull her out. Not bad at all. A quick blast in the mouth of Sauron. There we go. We've got our main components. Pig, orc, the wastelands terrain. That's again from Cast and Play. As well as a skull and a spear. We'll lay the terrain and the pig out to create a template. A template which we can then take outside to find a base large enough, hopefully. That'll do. It'll take a bit of shaping, but it should work. Even some spare pieces to use for... Oh, here we go. Time to get out of here. Now we're back at base, let's get shaping this rock. That's more like it. We need to build that back wall up a bit though to merge those terrain pieces in. Something along those lines, I think. Now we need to mix some mortar to hold it all together. We'll mix polyfiller, sand and Mod Podge, as well as a little bit of paint.
Chocolate sauce.
We'll end up covering the entire base with this, but the first step is embedding those terrain pieces. We'll smooth out the pig path and then place the foundation rocks. We'll need to piece this one together for a better fit. This is the same mix as before, just without the sand.
Could you not find a better applicator than that?
We'll add a second brick to this rock wall, which we'll then need to leave for a bit. While that's drying, I made this pig's foot earlier with the intention of creating some pig prints in the sand, as if it was a well-worn track frequently used by very many pigs. Is it working?
I don't know.
Yeah, me neither. Wait, is it? I think it is. It is! Just as planned. Right, let's get this wall finished. Next brick. And another.
Should we edit out the part where you hit your finger?
Way ahead of you. There we go, it's taking shape now. Right, who wants... I can't do this. I can't do this. Who wants to watch some paint dry?
Oh, me, I can't wait.
This is Crackle Paint. The beauty of this is that it cracks as it dries. The deeper you layer the paint, the bigger the crack when it's dry.
and the crowd goes wild.
To sell the effect, we'll take a few chunks out. That's about all we need to do before base coating, so moving on to the orc. We'll have to remove his existing weapon. Now resin can be a bit fragile, so we'll just use the saw. As for the skull, we'll have to shave out the inside to get that to fit. That might take quite a bit of time, so while we're here, if there are any up-and-coming dictators watching, you've got a great opportunity to have immense control over my Patreon, as currently, it's just me there, talking to myself and voting for my own ideas. Once this channel reaches a threshold, we can have regular content.
Ideally without the 3-week gap.
Not a bad fit. I've added a strap to the back, made from green stuff. Next up, we need this deadly weapon. This is the line we're hoping to take. Wish me luck.
It's a miracle.
We'll do the same again on the tip top of this rock. Insert our pin. There we go.
A sneak peek of what's to come.
Let's get everything base coated in black. For the base, we'll then add grey, and then white from above. For these fellows, it's a dry brush with light grey, and then again with white. Now hopefully, with these greens, thinner medium and the right consistency, we can get away with one layer of paint, as the highlights and shadows have been done for us with the pre-shading.
Oh, it's tense.
Oh, not bad. Not bad, not bad. And then it's the same again for all the other colours. Hopefully. One and done. This is a great method to get big batches of models done quickly. Destroy that grey pile of shame. Now, the skull will need a bit more work. We'll start with bone white, then a wash of Agrax Earthshade, before another dry brush of bone white and then Arctic white. For the horns, any dark brown will do here. Now, this wouldn't be a desert dwelling orc without some tattoos. Thin freehand details are always a daunting task. But this time, wow, I can't believe I did all of that first try.
Busted.
Never mind that scoundrel, we've got a pig to paint. Now this is a suitably piggy colour, a mixture of several browns and thinning medium. Essentially what we're aiming for, we're going to darken the top half of the pig, and then lighten the bottom half. Back and forth, until it looks alright. We'll block in the tusks with charred brown and then work our way up with earth. And then flayed one flesh. Next, we're back on the devil's juice full disclosure, I completely regret this step, but in my defence, I didn't see any of you coming to the rescue and smacking the agrax out of my hand. As a nod to the pig of the past, we'll add some colour to our present pig. "1,000 glazed on layers later and many moons of drying time, the pig is a bit pink." Cracking on with the base, we'll need desert yellow. We'll apply a rough coat all over before switching to Doombull brown to pick out the rocks and cracked earth. Where these harsh edges are, before it dries, we'll attack it with a wet brush. Bone white next for a dry brush down the pig path. Before we agrax earthshade the whole lot. All the rocks, all the sand, everywhere. Khaki, dry brush all over. There are quite a few steps to this, but they do all contribute something. Next, the thinking man's agrax, Reichland flesh shade. We're just picking out the rocks with this. For the bones, because I've misplaced the paint I wanted, we'll mix beastie brown and earth. A dry brush of bone white, and then, yet again, agrax earth shade, before a final dry brush of bone white and then arctic white. This desert is a dry, dusty place, nothing shiny belongs here, so we'll get the gang together for a thorough coat of matte acrylic varnish. Let that dry, and then whip out the suspicious powder. These are dry paint pigments.
Or so I'll say when they kick the door down.
Perfect for achieving dusty environments. Work it in, and we'll brush off the excess. Lots of affiliate links in the description so you can grab yourself any of the supplies you've seen in this video. Other than my quail, you keep your hands to yourself. We put the last few pieces together. And then sincerely, thank you for watching. A faction that didn't deserve death, immortalized. A simple diorama from a simple mind. The same can't be said for next time though, so I shall see you then. Love you, bye, bye. Like and subscribe, bye.